It's Bizzos, Bizzos, we love Bizzos,
This is Anti-Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Anti's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically grey consultants who labor with committing to a side.
Where'd you learn how to weld, anyway?
Vastly rebettered through artificial means. At Anti's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle, ensuring an artificially enhanced existence through conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Anti's Choice. Yes. Artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Anti's Choice. Item: business is good. We have positive bit flow. Our portfolio is diversified, but we can always do better. I'll give it to you straight in my quarterly underperformance review. Excessive corporate malfeasance. The only division that earns us less when they work more is
You go on ahead. Chilly, Shelley.
Please have identification, transfer work, and a reasonable bribe at the ready. Ah, you're not a transfer or visiting Anti's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs. Alrighty. Commencing review. Estimated wait time, unknown. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're the questionable sort who we do business with, but you're definitely not our best friend. You should probably consider accepting our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Anti's Choice holo advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia. Good question. There's only one choice. Anti's Choice. We'll choose for you. Anecdotal feedback from paid experts shows it increases the odds of a ship's crew purchasing Anti's Choice products by a whopping 11%. Splendid. Should be ready next time you're back. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim, the pride of Anti's Choice corporate war fleet. Here's a ticket to the first stop on the Profit Mover Trimicular. From there, make your way through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk for details on our exciting contract opportunity. This area is for client intake specialists only. Though, I admire your go-where-I-want attitude.
Commercialism is the foundation that Anti's Choice Society is based upon.
Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy.
Now with 110% of your safety chemicals and preservatives.
Trimicular. Arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Still my favorite word.
To the shifting needs of our After all, that's what the ACS undisputed claim is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment and free trade across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find a wide assortment of products, wares, and miscellaneous bric-a-brac from all Auntie's Choice departments.
Hey, you traveling with anyone called Inez? I heard an Inez Silong was traveling with someone matching your description, but she ain't here, evidently. I do indeed. I was hired by a soldier named Ortiz to find her. And well, reckon this is close enough. Here, take this cartridge and deliver it to her. Couldn't tell you. The client paid extra for complete confidentiality and prompt delivery.
What sort of reception do morally gray outsiders receive when they join up with Auntie's Choice?
Self-determinist or a hero of meritocracy is an esteemed and valuable disposable agent program. As an IDA, you will live the life of an evocative allegory and thrill-seeking adventurist. And Cleo's astonishing new conglomerate and
Smell that? It's consumerism. And Sprite crisps.
You there! Yes, you! I'd recognize your name a food, any food, and I guarantee I got hot, cold.
your bits can buy. Plus, as part of Auntie's family, your purchases drive our perpetual growth and fund the unparalleled systems that bring the best things in life to life all across the galaxy.
Report to reception in the head office tower for details on this exciting opportunity.
Feeling queasy? Seeing spots? Bleeding from orifice? You have ails. I have cures. Don't worry.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something? Oh, hey, think you dropped something? Yeah, you dropped something. Word to the wise. Mind your personal effects, intellectual assets, and major organs at all times. Plenty of opportunists here, eager to take you for all you're worth. You're lucky I found this, thing you dropped. Get me?
Oh, and sportsmanlike conduct is tolerant.
Unrelated bric-a-brac. We got you at unrelated bric-a-brac. One per...
Sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for keeps. I witnessed no fewer than 6 critical blood force traumas in last week's contest between the AVD loafers and Spectrum brand bandits.
Chewing is for chumps and inject. Step on up and pick your poison or I've got all the...
The entire roster of pitchball workers. Even with half our team's 32 bags spaced, they forfeit by little time. It would be an embarrassment of body rolls. Imagine the ad windfall. Our athletic assets would achieve full profit potential as human heroes. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. These are moments I
right up for the most exorbitant medical care money can buy. We cure all physical ails. Most at least. Well, they're all... No, but the medicament merchant right downstairs can set you up. I just do hands-on repair. When you can't stand the pain...
Let's not waste each other's time.
Lecture employees. Just because your Auntie Cleo reached the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom-rung relatability.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment? Then you need a good set of armor before someone succeeds in...
You have the look of someone with murderous, you name it.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment? Then you need a good set of armor before... Someone succeeds in speculating.
Can't you see I'm busy trying to look busy?
What do you think's getting this big promotion?
My bits are all more predacious of the two.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Auntie's Choice is hiring. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment, or rapacious rogue of corporatism. Welcome to Auntie's Choice Esteemed Invaluable Disposable Agent Program. As in IDA, your assignments will be some of the most decisive and admirable tasks that Auntie's Choice has to offer. IDAs help explore the wilds, plot our path, and shape the evolution of our beloved corporation. And with enough rugged determinism, you might even live to see the results. That's right, a life filled with action, adventure, riches, and romance awaits. Being an IDA will see all of your fantastical dreams come true. Now, if you'll just exit through to your left, 2 of our top 29 vice presidents are waiting to speak with you. And remember, Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack offers our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated water tablets in one convenient package for an additional price.
Wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration. It's not every day we have such a capable operative accept our invitation to the undisputed claim. While it was those ill-fated peace talks that got you here, I've kept tabs on you for a good long time.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now. Ursula Ormsby, Proprietary Insight Acquisition. You'll report to both of us. For now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice. Yet they are indubitably one and the same. By coming into my employ and helping to secure Auntie's interests, you are directly manifesting a stable future for this colony.
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers, talk to the Order.
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen. We need someone not shaped by Auntie's meritocracy. It serves its function, but our workers tend to focus on rung climbing. We need an individualist who sees unorthodox solutions. A daring, non-conforming perturbation ameliorator to implement our monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
More succinctly, we are recruiting an expert outside consultant.
Be our eyes and ears, act as our emissary, and when necessary, dispense with any competition. I have a plan, a vision that will change the course of Auntie's Choice.
Yes, Charles, your vision. Created alongside myself, a team of researchers, slew of marketing experts, a moon-spanning computronic gizmo, and not least of all, Auntie.
Ah! I suppose you could say so. We have a very pressing, very specific need, and I do believe you will fit it perfectly.
It most certainly will. And the pay is the least of the benefits this opportunity affords.
Wonderful! This is the kind of wily adventure in self-determinism you will absolutely not regret. Your first assignment demonstrates some of the very qualities we need. Something unexpected, or in truth, unprecedented, has happened at one of our repackaging facilities on Praetor.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a workforce issue. Don't know rightly what you call it. Workers are, well, asking for things. It's strange. They've stopped working. The workers there simply stopped.
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound more than a bit strange, dissatisfaction. And they said they won't return to work unless things at the plant improve.
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demands. As though employees have a right to demand anything of their employers. Negotiating? As in giving in to them? So they do the same amount of work they've been contracted to do, but get more bits because they threw a fit? That would signal to workers all over the system that all they have to do to get more bits is hamstring Auntie's operations.
No, Ursula, it won't, because we won't be the ones doing it. That is exactly why we've hired you as my brand new perturbation ameliorator. You'll solve the problem for us, and we will retain absolute deniability. No, you misunderstand my meaning. Deniability doesn't mean we hide behind you. It means you may act outside the fundamental tenets of Auntie's Choice society.
But you who are not officially an Auntie's Choice employee, can do whatever you want. Anyone asks about our involvement, and we can disavow it.
Wonderful! You'll go to Praetor, meet the plant's overseer, and mediate an end to this lunacy, which gets those ingrates back to work.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless you disappoint, in which case I will disavow that statement.
Commander, over here. Commander, wanted to chat with you about the cartridge that courier gave us. Ain't heard from Ortiz in, might well have been a year at this point. That's how it goes when you've fallen behind and the others got no choice but to keep moving. If he's spending his hard-earned bits to contact me now, there must be a real good reason. Would you watch the message with me? Suppose I am. He's a good friend of mine, or at least he was. I missed him. But I weren't under any presumptions that our friendship would last the moment our unit was dissolved, or we otherwise parted ways. If something's wrong, I ain't in any position to fix it. True. Thanks, Commander. Would you do the honors and get it going?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Law, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hid it good. Whatever you do, Inez, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would. Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. You asked before, and I did not mention it. But with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our greatest suspect in the Supreme Arbiter's murder is the Protectorate's consul. Our mentor always disdained him thoroughly, and he our mentor. If anyone would have had reason to slay her, it would have been him. But we have needed evidence. Evidence that I believe Virgil now possesses. It was actually his suggestion we divide and conquer. As our operational philosophies differ ever so slightly, this seemed a good plan. Virgil often prefers to watch rather than act, and was often lenient with sentencing where I was not. This behavior was often criticized by the Supreme Arbiter, but there have been occasional rare instances where treating a subject with mercy ultimately resulted in better behavior. It is a novel, albeit strange, philosophy. Very good. I hope we shall see him at your earliest convenience. I feel this shall most certainly set our investigation into motion.
Short-range transmission just came in from Zed. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. It's the Protectorate, Commander. What they say publicly and what is actually true ain't usually the same. Zeb left out the mission parameters, probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go. If there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
Don't know about you, but that screams experimental Rift Lab facility to me.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Are afoot. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. All negative. Recharge incomplete. That's not swine.
Impressive for a lightning rod.
Go there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a rebel.
You there. You came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Ask away. A little free information is a small price to pay. Excellent question. There is some special process inside the egg that happens just before hatching. I need to watch this in a lab, then swoop in at the last second and dissect it. Some bits? A rather unique weapon from my time in the projectile weapon division of the biological weapons team, and most importantly, a mention in my next paper. Do they have chickens where you're from? Gorvids and chickens are very alike, except Gorvids are big, strong as an automech, absolutely deadly, and will happily murder you given a chance. Likely still tasty, though. Something else, then? Thank you! I can hardly wait to get started on that egg.
The free market is not correct for losses like this. With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for a Adrena time! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office. Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves. Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffeured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something. We need the proletariat to yield to, worker subjugation by xenophobic proxy? No, that ain't right. But it's something that sounds super fancy when Will explains it. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor. That's right, folks! Keep the chanting going! I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable!
If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't judge us for
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it, slaving away for a few meager bits that we then gotta use to pay for our own necessities. They work us like cysty pigs, charge us for the stems we need to yoke those hours, and don't let us relieve ourselves but in empty fizzy tea bottles we keep beneath our stations. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day. Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish overseer ruining our lives. Now, if you'll excuse me.
So I'm clear, we're not sneaking in to kill someone? Yes? No? It's so hard to tell with vent usage.
Make some space! We've got a sanctioned... We don't want a commissioner caller coming out!
The beauty of the corporatist ideology rears its ugly head.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Unsophisticated, impertinent, dim-witted. You'll fit right in with my peons. So, maybe it'll make sense to you when they babble about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule, or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Angie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. Well, that's all fine and good in your system. But here in Arcadia, it is Auntie's needs we cater to, and right now, her need is you convince Dumbly Dunbar to get back to work. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
You won't let us sleep for 8! You can't charge us for stimulates!
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor, labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that.
They work 20-hour shifts, which requires stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same. Take them to Griggs.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets? To be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? 12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their proverbial step to make up for 2 lost hours. Their overall productivity might even improve. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses for me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No, I would never. That's slander and/or libel. And you can't prove a thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not get too hasty here. What do you want from me? Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their Adrena time, and you'll get all the bits I got on me. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. You can't imagine because you've never overseen these lazy, slothful, generally undermotivated layabouts. It's my stern hand that keeps them focused. The bathroom stays locked. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
With no rest and no downtime!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Is she willing to see reason? Well, that's tragic. I won't give tell to all the ways we've been sneaking our business under her watch, but let's say no potted plant's been safe. I mean, what's next? She willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have lost that bet. I figured we'd ask for free and settle for wholesale. You're a miracle worker. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off a day will make life a little easier, at least. Well, it's not the outcome we were hoping for, but these changes will make our return to work much more palatable. Thank you for your help.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair creme now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her ankles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all. It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
Not sure how I feel about making workers' lives minimally better so they keep on slaving away. I guess if they're too slack-jawed to see what's being done to them, so be it.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Trinicular. Arriving any moment now. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Anti's choice, we strive to be 110% wholly artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art. Damn right. Of course. We're Auntie's choice. We know what motivates people better than they do. Real marketing is gut-driven. It's not something you think about. It's something you feel. Or that is, convince someone to feel.
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunco. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of over-educated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination. Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
No, I do enjoy space.